Welcome to this episode, this installment of Joyful Disciples. So everything about this show, if you watch it, you know it's about being a joyful disciple, a joyful follower of Jesus. So right at the moment, I can't think of a more joyful disciple than Jose Rodriguez.
Hi,
Welcome
everybody.
to the show.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. You know where that comes from, right? So you want to tell them what else you do before we talk about your job, your calling,
My calling.
talk about your YouTube.
So you guys may or may not know me from Keepin It Catholic, a show that I do with my fiance, Star, which is a part of the Talking Catholic YouTube shows.
Yeah, and it is super kind of hip.
Hip, fun.
They're fun. And who's your show really dedicated to? Your audience?
I mean, we aim for youth and young adults, young couples, families with young children. It's church, it's fun, it's informative, it's reflective, it's contemplative, but hip.
And they say y'all a lot.
Yes, y'all.
So it's really fun. So if you're not watching Keepin It Catholic, you really should watch Jose and Star. They really do a great job. But the purpose of this show is really for how we make disciples, how are we disciples, what does it mean to be a disciple? And so I thought I would take this opportunity to introduce Jose Rodriguez to the world through Joyful Disciples, because he has a brand new job, or a new blended, updated, expanded job that's dedicated to families and youth. So can you share a little bit? So this is all a show that's dedicated to Joyful Disciples. What is really going to be the focus of your office, and why is this so important to us?
So the new office of Family and Youth Ministries here for the diocese it's beautiful because it all comes together, right? It brings our offices together, and it brings that discipleship and that leadership, which is your office, right?
Yep.
But it reminds us, and it forces us to contemplate the fact that starts at home. It starts at our families. Everything good that comes to church comes from a family setting. And the vision for that office, for my office, is to remind our families of that and give them the resources and the tools that they need to form disciples, to become disciples, to be missionary together as family.
And it's such a fundamental unit of society is the family, regardless of its structure, right? I mean, really, we have to think about families now in lots of different ways. There's blended families, there's really uniquely structured families. And I think our ability to support families, because it is the transfer of the faith that happens between parents, grandparents, elders in the family, and children, right? Transfer of the faith actually happens in the
Absolutely.
family.
And our young people call for that, right? We find ourselves in another season of synod, right? Another synodal season. And the last synod that we had focused on young people and vocational discernment. And we heard young people say that they wanted to live church with their families. They wanted to do ministry with their families, go to mass with their families. So it's really the young people that have taken that initiative to say, hey, mom and dad, I want you to be with me at church. So we're moving with that, and we're helping that grow. Again, everything good comes from the family unit. When that family, it's a cliche, but it's true, right? A family that prays together stays together. And the reality of church, understanding that our families are different, but that there is a place for them at the table.
Right, there's a place for them at the table. And thinking about, families and the children that are within those families and where they go in the world as a result of being with a holy family.
Right.
Certainly we have our own Holy Family. We're not that far really from the season of Advent at this point and taking a look at the Holy Family. But I also would ask you to maybe reflect on a little bit for our viewers around where vocations also come from in the family.
I mean, it couldn't be more important to vocations in regards to, when we say vocations, priesthood and religious life. This week, we're in National Vocation Awareness Week. And again, praying together as a family, installing the faith, building that foundation, which makes our young men and women hungry to learn more, to want to participate more, to want to get to know their faith, is where that itch for the vocation comes from. And again, and not much has changed. So in the time of Jesus, Mary, and Joseph would have been the one at home to really teach Jesus the faith. he would take him to temple. The father figure was that person who led the young person in the spiritual life. And the same shows for today. A lot of it, dads are super important in the role. The father figure in the spiritual life of a young person is super important. But now it's strengthened twice because mom and dad, or grandpa and grandma, or uncle and aunt, or godparents, or older brothers, we can all play and speak life into our young people. And in turn, that sparks a curiosity towards vocations.
I love what you say. Speak life.
Oh, yeah.
Speak life into our young people. It's really about our family's ability to transfer faith and understand. I think it's St. Peter that said it. You know, you have to be able to give people a reason for your hope. And we really are obligated through our families, through all of our interactions with young people, is to give young people a reason for their hope. And we talk about vocations, you know, and really that it's out of families that vocations come, to the priesthood, to the consecrated religious. There's so much that's important there. So you actually have a pretty big role.
I do, and we
How's
are.
that feel?
I am up for the challenge. I love a good challenge. I love being able to grow. But this is a journey that we are going to be doing together. I said it in the letter that I sent out to our parishes and our priests. The only thing that I'm asking for is your prayers, so that we can do this together. Right,
and I think, you know, we look at the culture, we look at everything that goes on in the culture, and we just wish it were different. I think we really need to pray that it's different. So the spiritual lives and the prayer lives of everyone that's here in the Diocese of Camden, praying for you and the work that you'll do, praying for the work that all the people that minister to all the elements of our families, you know, inside each of our parishes. And it's going to require for us to be able to reach out beyond who's with us. Right. So that we can walk with families.
Absolutely.
I think as church, I think we need to figure out how to do that. And I think you'd be very helpful to us.
Well, like I said, we'll journey this road together, and, you know, one person at a time, one family at a time, one vocation at a time. We are called to build the kingdom, and that's what we're going to do.
So we're all in kingdom work together. Every single one of us is a child of God. We're all brought in. We are heirs to the kingdom, and we do have a little bit of work to do by co-laboring in the kingdom. So I'm delighted to be able to bring you Jose Rodriguez in a different way from his Keepin It Catholic YouTube show that he does with Star Martinez, but as my colleague, because really my office is dedicated to helping parishes make disciples and to create disciples on mission in parishes. But I really think that collaboration is going to be a really wonderful opportunity for us to do more in the Diocese of Camden. So we're really looking forward to that kind of work.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we're going to take care of our families.
That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks for joining me.
No,
Jose.
of course. Thanks for the invite. This was fun.
Yeah, so this is fun. It's always better when I have a guest instead of it's just me. So I was like, hey, Jose, why don't you come on my YouTube show this week?
Never say no.
Never say no. So thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Jose.
Remember to like, subscribe, follow Talking Catholic, and check out all the videos that we have.
There's the Millennial Catholic. Like, subscribe, follow. There's the Millennial Catholic.
Let us know if you want to see more of Joe. Shout out to Joe.
Yeah,
Hi,
shout
Joe.
out. Right. Shout out to Star. Anyway, thanks everyone. Thanks, Jose.
Thanks, Donna.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.